Welcome to the Global Symposium for Regulators, GSR 24, being held here in Kampala, in Uganda, where I'm very pleased to be joined in the studio today by two very special guests. We've got Richard and Emmanuel from the South Sudan Robotics team. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So perhaps I could start with you, Richard. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about the South Sudan Robotics team and why you're here?
Okay, thank you. Actually, representing South Sudan as a technical manager. South Sudan Robotics Club was founded in 2017 by me and other young gentlemen that I left in South Sudan. And the main purpose of this robotic club was to train youth in South Sudan, both girls and boys, to actually focus much in STEM education and maybe prepare them for future innovators, to be future innovators, future scientists in South Sudan. Because in South Sudan, we are far behind. It's a new country, and technology is something new to them. And when we introduced these robotic programs, it was like amazing, and everybody liked it. And one of the students that we train is Manuel Maror. He's here with us. Thank you.
Excellent. Before I get on to Emmanuel, I wanted to ask you, why are you here at GSR? Why is it important for you to be here at the Global Symposium for Regulators, Richard?
Yeah, it is actually the first of its kinds to attend this international event, and it was exciting to be here because we not only showing to the rest of the world, but to also our people at home. They are actually excited and they like that we are here. And the reason is to encourage the youth at home that they can make it here. And also it is a motivation kind of things that we are actually using to encourage youth so that they can one day attend such events. And like kind of Maror will actually think big. He has met many people, he has seen a lot of things, and he will dream big. So he's acting as ambassador. When we go home, he will talk a lot to the rest of the students and encourage them.
Excellent. Well, perhaps we could... The reason we're standing, actually, is because you brought two of your robots here, which perform activities, not necessarily on a carpet, usually. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about what they do, Emmanuel, and maybe you could stand back a little bit for us, Richard. Just over here. There. Great.
Okay. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. So I'm going to explain on the functionality of the robot that we came with. So this robot basically is assembled to work in agricultural field, to remove weeds, spray pesticide to the crops that are affected by pests, and then carry farm products. We have two robots here. One that it is controlled remotely by human. Then the other one is working autonomously. It is just a start, then it works alone using sensors, cameras, and then cameras and then control hubs that is controlling the robot. So the reason that we came up with this innovation is to help our country. Our country is facing hunger, and pests, weeds, and other things like they are the main factors that are affecting South Sudan. So we came up with the idea to at least use STEM knowledge to at least solve the real situation that is affecting our country, South Sudan. That's why we came up with the innovation, and it is not going to end here. We are going to assemble at least the one that will work in the field. That is just a prototype that we use at least to have the skill. But once we have the resources and all the things, we will at least implement it in our country to eradicate hunger. Thank you.
A fine ambition too. Could you perhaps give us a little demonstration of this?
Okay.
So tell us what's happening here.
Actually, the robot has started the engine,
Yep.
the mechanical part that is used to collect weeds. The green balls are in form of weeds, and the blue one are in form of plants. That is how they came up with like this idea. And then when the wheat is collected, then it is dumped somewhere for processing or maybe to clear the garden. So this is the idea.
Brilliant.
And the sprayer there is used to spray crops, like you can see. I think you can turn to the log, maybe to see something come out. Well, maybe. I think it's spraying, maybe, you can see.
We better watch out for our backdrop there,
Okay. After it has collected, so it has to take it somewhere and dump. Yeah, you can, like...
Fabulous.
Straight, yeah.
That's great. So, and how long did it take to develop? Perhaps we could stop the motor for a second. Yeah.
For the new team, new members, it will take them like 2 weeks. But for someone like Maror, it's just like 2 days or 1 day. And then assembling the hardware and the programming part. The programming part, we have to use the software, and this software is Java programming language.
Sure.
Yeah, and it is easy to learn for them. You see, it's now raising up.
That's brilliant.
And, you can turn around and dump it somewhere.
Right.
Outside the garden.
Right. Great.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a... Oh, my goodness, that's brilliant. I've got a composter at home, so you could be dumping it into a compost bucket.
You can try this one. The AI robot is actually working alone.
Right.
It has a camera, but then the camera detects the object ahead, which is like detecting the grasshoppers, which is locusts, actually, and then spray it. I mean, like this is the model that we have.
Sure.
And in future we'll improve it.
You think
more.
some are grasshopper?
Yeah, it's leaving it. Yeah.
There we go. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's actually doing it best alone.
Great. And this is a standard games controller that
you're
using for the other one.
Yeah, this one is doing it best alone.
Well, believe me, once we've finished with the cameras here, I'll try it in a bit. It looks too tempting. Thank you very much indeed for joining us in the studio. Hopefully we can disseminate this message far and wide for you, and keep inspiring young people to do a wonderful work which you're doing, and hopefully we'll find some great solutions for sustainable development and for the world, and hopefully, as I say, to cure problems that are happening right now. But thanks very much for joining us in the studio. It's been an absolute pleasure. A very different interview to the ones we've been doing here at GSR, and hopefully we'll catch up with you again in the very near future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you've enjoyed this interview, which I'm sure you will have, then do check out our other interviews at our YouTube channel, as well as our podcast on our podcast channels, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you hear your podcasts. And for further information, visit our website at www.itu.int. Thanks for tuning in.